President Packer was born September 10, 1924 in Brigham City, Utah, to Iro W. and Emma Jensen Packer. He was the 10th of 11 children in the family and is currently 87 years old. From his early years, he showed a love of the outdoors and of nature. He had a particular fondness for birds. Over the years, he has raised many birds, including peacocks, golden pheasants, and pigeons. He is also a gifted painter, and his paintings and carvings of birds have been displayed at the Church History Museum. The sculpture made by President Packer demonstrates both his skill as an artist and his lifelong love of nature and of birds. He studied at Weber College and subsequently received his Bachelor's of Science and Master's of Science degrees from Utah State University. He received a doctorate in education administration from Brigham Young University. After graduating from high school, he worked for a time on construction of an army hospital in his hometown. He served as a bomber pilot during World War II in the Pacific. An educator by profession, his career has included service as supervisor of seminaries and institutes of religion for the church, and as a member of the administrative council at Brigham Young University. He served a 4-year term as a city councilman in Brigham City. In 1955, Boyd K. Packer was appointed an assistant administrator of seminaries and institutes in the church education system. He was married to former Donna Smith on July 27, 1947 in the Logan, Utah Temple. They are the parents of 10 children. Currently, they have been married for 64 years. President Boyd K. Packer, the president of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, was set apart to the position on February 3, 2008. Previously, he was acting president of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles beginning June 5, 1994. Prior to becoming acting president, he served as a member of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, having been ordained an apostle on April 9, 1970. Earlier, he served for almost 9 years as an assistant to the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. In addition to functioning in local church callings, teacher, assistant state clerk, and high counselor, he began teaching seminary in 1949. The same Army hospital in Brigham City that he had helped to build had been turned into a federally run school for Indian students, and from 1949 until mid-1955, the young seminary teacher employed by the church education system also served as coordinator of Indian affairs at the school. Like many young LDS men of his generation, because of World War II, he was unable to serve a proselyting mission. However, he also said that, quote, "My mission, as it turned out, was in the teaching the gospel in Japan as a serviceman," end quote. President Packer also served as the president of the New England Mission. President Packer is very artistic and has found his passion in carving and painting. He mostly paints things from nature, specifically birds. He has also carved Noah's Ark animals for all of his grandchildren that are displayed in the Church History Museum of History and Art. His passion for birds also continues with the hobby of bird watching. He is able to identify birds by sight and sound. He has combined his two interests and has his own paintings of local birds up in his home. He also enjoys simply beautiful things. He spruces things up with paintings, scrubbing, planting, plowing, and so on. A lesson I have learned from President Packer's own life occurs first when he was 5 years old. He was diagnosed with pneumonia, but after 6 weeks he was unable to walk, and they realized that he had not had pneumonia but polio. He went through a very painful process to learn to walk again, which required him to crawl on the floor and to pull himself up onto chairs to get around. At the same time, he began having nightmares. These painful experiences, however, give strength to his teachings that, quote, "It was meant to be that life would be a challenge, to suffer some anxiety, some depression, some disappointment, even some failure is normal. Teach our members that if they have a good, miserable day once in a while, or several in a row, to stand steady and face them, things will straighten out. There is great purpose in our struggles in life." End quote. One of my very favorite teachings from President Packard was his parable on the mediator.
There was once a man who wanted something very much. It seemed more important to him than anything else in his life. In order to have what he desired, he incurred a great debt. He had been warned about going into that much debt, but it seemed so important for him to do what he wanted to do, so he signed a contract. He would pay it off sometime. He didn't worry about it too much, for the due date seemed such a long time away. He had what he wanted now, and that's what seemed important. The creditor was always somewhere in the back of his mind, and he made token payments now and again, thinking somehow that the day of reckoning never would really come. But, as it always does, the day came, the contract fell due, and his creditor appeared and demanded payment in full. "Can you not extend the time or forgive the debt?" the debtor begged. "Arrange somehow for me to keep what I have and not go to prison. Surely you believe in mercy. Will you not show me mercy?" The creditor replied, "Mercy is always so one-sided. It would serve only you. It is justice I demand. Mercy cannot rob justice." There they were, one meting out justice, the other pleading for mercy. Neither could prevail except at the expense of the other. "If you do not forgive the debt, there will be no mercy," the debtor pleaded. "If I do, there will be no justice," was the reply. Both laws, it seemed, could not be served. They are two eternal ideals that appear to contradict one another. Is there no way for justice to be fully served and mercy also? There is a way. The law of justice can be fully satisfied and mercy can be fully extended, but it takes someone else. Each of us lives on kind of a spiritual credit. One day the account will be closed, a settlement demanded. However casually we may view it now, when that day comes and the foreclosure is imminent, we will look around in restless agony for someone, anyone, to help us. And by eternal law, mercy cannot be extended, save there be one who is both willing and able to assume our debt and pay the price and arrange the terms for our redemption. Unless there is a mediator, unless we have a friend, the full weight of justice, untempered, unsympathetic, positively must fall on us. Full recompense for every transgression, however minor, however deep, will be exacted from us to the uttermost farthing.
Later in the talk, he states, quote, "There is a Redeemer, a mediator, who stands both willing and able to appease the demands of justice and extend mercy to those who are penitent. For he offereth himself a sacrifice for sin, to answer the ends of the law unto all of those who have a broken heart and a contrite spirit, and unto none else can the ends of the law be answered." End quote. For me, this story has really helped me understand and appreciate the need for Christ's atonement. I first saw the dramatized version of this parable between sessions of a general conference one Sunday. It was the first time I really understood and appreciated the relationship between justice and mercy. He has helped me better understand and appreciate my Savior and his atonement and the need I have for it in my own life.